Hello and welcome to the Pork and Knuckle Show, where we take a bite out of movies. Literally. And for the first segment that we ever did, you know, the one that in 2 years' time, we're gonna look back and say, oh god, we were terrible. We picked The Lord of the Rings, one of the biggest movie franchises in all time. One of the 5 films, you know that The Lord of the Rings 1 was one of the 5 films ever to be #1 in the IMDb Top 100. But we need to go back in history a little bit more. We have to talk about J.R.R. Tolkien's novels, The Lord of the Rings. Written between 1937 and 1949, they were published between 1954 and 1955, sold over 150 million copies, and were deemed unfilmable by one Stanley Kubrick. In 1978, there was an animated movie feature directed by Ralph Bakshi, which we will need to talk about in greater detail at a later date, but then Peter Jackson came around. You know, the director of Dead Alive, Meet the Feebles, and Bad Taste, who did The Frighteners and Heavenly Creatures kind of a short while before. But these were some of the most successful films of all times. Part 1 was nominated for 14 Oscars, won 4. Part 2, the least successful of the bunch, was nominated only for 6 Oscars, won 2. But then Part 3 still has the best nomination to win Oscar ratio of all time, because it won 11 out of 11 freaking Oscars. So this is a massive franchise, and this is the first one that we want to talk to you about, and this is why I want to ask you, why did we pick this one?
Why did we pick Lord of the Rings? Interesting question. I have to tell you why we picked it. Alright, here we go. I'm going to make up a story on the spot. So, I was 14. I was in Pakistan.
You do know that we came up with this story like a week ago.
Yes.
So you weren't 14 a week ago.
No, I was not 14 a week ago.
Hopefully.
Oh my god. Then age has been so terrible to me. Like, God help me.
Yeah, this Corona shit, this was a terrible
Corona's
week.
doing it all for us. No. Listen. Stop it and listen. So, Lord of the Rings. I've always been a fan of Lord of the Rings. I tell you why. I was about 14 at the time, and this was summer holidays. Lord of the Rings was out, and I remember, you remember those little TVs with a VCR, like 2-in-1?
Oh yes!
The grey ones. Oh my god. So I think it was the same as my laptop screen. Yeah, maybe 15 inches or something. And I bought a DVD player, because I was a G. And one of the first was Lord of the Rings DVD. Pakistan cinemas. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, I bought the DVD and I watched it, but I watched it so many times that the DVD player was so crap when it was... What was it doing? When it's reading the DVD, it was making scratches on it.
Oh, so I know that from my old PS2.
Time, it was... Well, let's talk PS2 later, but after the 4th time, I reckon, the DVD was pretty much incapable of being a DVD anymore. It was just, you watch it for 5 minutes,
and then it
the video
to the end.
It freezes, so you have to press forward quite quickly. If you don't, then you have to start again, and then forward, or you quickly press forward, 10 seconds skip, and then you start watching the movie again. So it's quite an interesting movie for me. Lots of stops and starts, but I liked it. And then, you know, Lord of the Rings it's a good movie, man. It's
an awesome movie, but the thing is, do you still have the sold DVD?
I have it in London. In London. And you can call it a DVD, but I don't think it should be classified as one. There's so many scratches on it.
Might be a video CD. But the thing is,
a VCD? No, it was not a VCD. There wasn't enough MBs on a VCD. It was a DVD.
The thing is, when I watched The Lord of the Rings, I was like, I love the film, but there was one part of the film that I really didn't love. That was all the scenes.
Okay, this is his personal opinion, and
all the scenes with this...
I'm not having any of this.
Elf council. And I was like...
What's wrong with the Elf council?
I would have loved a Blu-ray that would just skip all those scenes.
What are you talking about?
I love
Council.
I love Liv
What are you
Tyler.
talking about? This is complete nonsense.
No, I love Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving is an awesome actor.
Who
if you
is
look
this
at
guy? What's the character's
the
name? Speak to me in characters.
The Matrix, or V for Vendetta. Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, V for Vendetta was a good movie. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Let's not get distracted.
I am very bad at remembering character names.
I am bad at remembering actor names, but I know the character names. I can associate. I'm like, oh, that's Frodo Baggins, or that's Samwise Gamgee, or whatever. Or Gandalf. That's Gandalf. But he's obviously a lot bigger actor than just Gandalf.
So, let's say, so you disagree with me. Okay, the Elf Council is
You're talking
great.
nonsense. Elf Council is the whole reason for everything. What are you talking about?
The whole reason
for
is
everything.
A small man wanting to drop a ring in a volcano. That is the reason for everything.
This is nonsense. Whatever. I'm just not even going to respond to this. This is complete nonsense. Do continue with your jibber jabber. What are you laughing at? Continue.
No, because I think for me, the Lord of the Rings is a journey. And I watched the movie.
It's not a journey. It's an epic journey.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
Most welcome. You see, I'm a nerd as well.
Yeah. Kind of like my epic journeys are like 5 hours after eating. But the thing is, the epic journey of someone wanting to get rid of a ring. This is like divorce council.
It's not about trying to get rid of a ring. It's to destroy all evil. The ring is evil.
So you mean
have you not seen the state of Gollum? This is me 14 till now in a week.
Do you mean destroying all evil? That's like voting for Joe Biden? No, but the thing is...
Let's not get political, because this is nonsense as well. Let's do rubbish things he said. Elf Council and this American stuff.
Please put a counter in the video of all the rubbish things.
Like, don't listen to
but the thing is, if we're talking Gollum, I think... What is your favorite character in all of Lord of the Rings?
You know what? Ganges. Samwise Gamgee. Sam is... Without Sam, there is no Frodo. The amount of times Sam has just done more than the support of Frodo is phenomenal. Like, you can't get near it. Sam is a cool dude. Don't mess with Samwise Gamgees. That's it.
Okay, I'm going with Gollum.
You look like him.
I'm not a... What?
Your hair with no hair, you look like Gollum. He looks like Gollum.
I'm not a drug addict.
You're Gollum.
Do you actually know that Andy Serkis based his performance of Gollum on the behavior of heroin addicts going into withdrawal?
You just made that up.
I did not.
I don't believe you.
This is one of the 700 facts about Lord of the Rings I read on the IMDb until
God,
3 a.m. Yes.
Why would you do that?
What did you expect me to be?
I was sleeping at 3 a.m. The guy was
right?
like, oh, I'm reading 700. What?
You see this room, right?
Yes, it's quite cool.
Yeah. So
okay, so there's a room full of DVDs that you can never watch because they're so immaculately packed, and you're just like, ooh, I have a great collection, but you can never watch it. What's the point?
I watched these bad boys
yesterday.
Yeah,
excellent.
But the thing is, I love the character of Gollum because it's one of cinema's most precious accomplishments.
That is your one and only time for that joke. That's not happening again.
Exactly.
Never
Which
again.
is why I'm glad I took it.
That's it.
But the thing is, the amount of motion capturing work and voice work by one of cinema's most talented performers. I love what Andy Serkis does. Not even reducing him to the Lord of the Rings. He was awesome in Planet of the Apes. He was awesome in everything that he's been in.
But I have to say, I'm going to cut you off on that. Sorry, I'm going to say, I remember when I was in sixth form, so this is 16 till 18, when just before university in England, and you do your A-levels, blah, blah, blah. Well, you pretend to anyway. So we had a library, and they had Guinness Book of World Records, and I don't know which year, but I remember that Gollum was in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the most, like, animated or CBG or whatever that word is, character. And I saw the background filming of Gollum. the guy is literally crouched and basically walking like a chicken, a human walking like a chicken with wires. You know when you have a heart checkup or whatever, and they put all of these EGB, whatever that thing is called on it, fine. But he was it a black suit? He was a black suit.
A black suit with white
wires
dots.
everywhere. And I'm just like, how can you do that? It must be so uncomfortable to be in that swimsuit or dry suit or whatever diving suit. And you're just sitting there, loitering around, like trying to be a chicken and then trying to play a role and trying to have a sword fight. Just like, or trying to, but I guess, this is interesting. His posture was always looking down, right? And he lost the ring. So subconsciously, was he always looking for the ring on every step that he took? I wonder.
I think
he dropped it, right? So he's always looking down.
But there are two things I want to tell you about the performance of Andy Serkis as Gollum. There is one story that, he climbed on the mountains and stuff like that. And Andy Serkis in real life, he loves to climb mountains. So he already knew how to touch a rock and how to move in that sense. And the second thing is, when he did the voice work, he drank something that's called Gollum juice, which is a mixture between honey, lemon, and I think ginger.
Yeah, but my grandma gave me that when I had a sore throat.
Yeah, exactly. But he drank bottles and bottles of that. He drank liters
so he got the reverse effect of it.
This.
And he got the...
No,
this is a terrible, terrible imitation, but continue.
No, I actually like that. Please do it again. Please do a Gollum.
My precious.
Ooh, I feel weird doing
My precious.
that. Your face looks so weird, like...
What do you see? We want to be the owner of the ring.
Please tell us in the comments
This
which one
is
of our
absolutely not
Gollums
funny.
you like more. But the thing is about the one ring. Peter Jackson gave a ring after production closed to both
Elijah and Gollum. Yeah.
And he told both of them they had the only
ring,
one.
yeah.
This is awesome.
So Peter Jackson's a G. This is genius stuff.
Peter Jackson has been a genius since he made Bad Taste, in my opinion. But the thing is, if you ask me, the Lord of the Rings is actually Gollum's journey. Gollum is the one who started it.
Gollum basically. Actually, he found the ring in the lake and blah blah blah, and then killed his mate.
He is a part of most of the way of the ring. Gollum has been with the ring way longer than Frodo has.
Yeah, but Gollum, in the actual book, where it had to be rewritten, Gollum lost the ring on a bet.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were very accurate in the film with what was in the book. So much so that Peter Jackson even included the Army of the Dead, which he personally did not like. He didn't want to have them in the film, but he said, okay, no, there are so many fans. There are so many fans of the Army of the Dead. We cannot edit those out.
You can't. The Army of the Dead was cool. Okay, let's talk about the movie. Enough of the jibber jabber. Right. You have nothing to say? Should I say something now? Where's your movie nerd brain going?
Thank you so much for tuning into the first episode of the Pork and Knuckle Show.
So. Right, interesting. So, Gandalf can see the future. He's got this foresight. So does Thingy. What's his name? Lord Elrond. He can, because he's elfish. Elvish. He can also see. He's
You
a
mean
fish.
he lives in the water?
He's a fish. He can also see the future. So when they were making the council, which you dislike, and then they gave the Fellowship of the Ring to the 9 dudes, and dudettes, politically correct, whatever. They must have known that Sean Bean was gonna try and take the ring and eventually die. Because
everybody has to know
apart from
that
the fact that Sean Bean dies in every movie.
Yes,
Apart from that,
he dies.
No. We're talking logic here. We want to talk Lord of the Rings logic. So, Gandalf, because he said, "Oh, I will guide you, young Frodo." Okay, we didn't say that exact phrase, but yeah, you know what I mean. So Gandalf and Elrond must have known that Sean Bean would have tried to take the ring and eventually end up dead. So that was a way to get rid of him, because he was a massive pain in the buttocks. because his father was the stewardess and constantly kept, well, interjecting. His father thought he was king. His father's not king. He's just a guardian. But anyway, guardian of the throne. Right, we're gonna go to the orcs because
Orcs are awesome.
I find them an interesting subject.
I love the way they made the orcs in Uruk-hai, because you know they had to swallow and cleanse their mouth with licorice juice every time they opened their mouths in front of a camera, because they had to have the black mouth. I can't stand it either. And so I was like, okay, that must have been the greatest accomplishment in acting. I think all of the Uruk-hais deserve an Oscar just for having the taste of licorice in their mouth and not being able to be filmed only in front of a toilet.
What you just said is toilet. I'm gonna continue. So, some questions here for these, like, orcs being born. So, when they were being unearthed from Saruman, they were coming out of, like, this jelly skin on them and, like, taking them out on the mud. What's going on there? I didn't like that. When they were in the Two Towers, there's an orc, and they're unearthing the orc, and then he's covered in basically, like, this jelly shield, and they're, like, ripping him out. I'm like, ugh, that is minging. That's not cool. An orc coming out of jelly in mud. But an orc is not mud. When Uruk-hai is, what is it? They're half elf, half human, aren't they? Sucked up by the dark power, because the Dark Lord, not Voldy, he promised them human flesh if he came into power, and that is what their greed was. That is what their, like, hook was, to keep following him all the time.
Yeah, but if we're talking Uruk-hai, do you remember Lurtz?
Yes.
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 Lurtz was incredibly awesome because, do you know, it took 11 hours for his makeup to be applied. And the one thing is, when the actor, who was called Lawrence Makwar, was in the Lurtz makeup, he couldn't see properly. But he still had a fight scene with Viggo Mortensen, and when they did the fight, that fight was real. Because
didn't Viggo get stabbed accidentally?
Yeah.
He chipped a tooth or something.
He chipped a tooth. He broke a toe.
Full commitment.
Full commitment.
Like,
awesome
wow.
actor.
Like, that's why Aragorn is a great character.
No, I mean, Viggo Mortensen is an
he's
incredible
a
actor.
himself.
Have you seen A History of Violence, which is brilliant? But the thing is, the fight scene between Lord Lurtz and Aragorn is particularly interesting because they really had to fight, because Lurtz didn't see anything, so he would just hit him.
And he used proper sword. He used aluminium. No, he didn't use aluminium. He used steel swords.
He did really fight, but there was
proper swords and did his own stunts.
There is one story. There is one story that I've been looking for in my notes for like 5 minutes now, but that I need to tell you, because we talked about Sean Bean, and Sean Bean always dying.
Yeah, oh my god. 22, yeah. I think it's 22 deaths in his career, or maybe more. I've just made that up. I don't think I have. I think somehow in my memory.
No, I read something. There's only 4 movies he ever did where he doesn't die or something like that. But the thing is, he's... In that story, I understand him being very much afraid of dying. But do you know, he's not only afraid of
the evil ring.
dying, he's also afraid of flying. This is one of the funniest stories I found.
Unreal.
Because the thing is, when they were shooting the scenes of the Fellowship crossing the snowy mountains in New Zealand, all the people flew there by helicopter, but only Sean Bean didn't, because he only flew when there was
with his
no other way.
The guy's meant. Okay, this is a great way to stay fit.
He went into makeup, he got dressed, and then he climbed the mountains for 2 hours every freaking day, where everyone else was sitting in their comfy helicopter.
Back to orcs. Uruk-hai. They are the officers and commanders of the orcs, basically, because the orcs don't like the sun, and hence why you have the Uruk-hai leading the orcs, and they're like, follow me, and they're much faster, so orcs gotta catch up to him stay up with it. But I wonder, Middle Earth, this is where we get political. Ha ha ha.
See ya!
I wonder that if that has any resemblance to the Middle East. Is Tolkien thinking that if Middle East unites, evil will finish? So
You're
it's
not
like...
gonna even ask me to come back?
No, it's better without him. Come on. It always is. Oh, did I hurt your feelings, little mushy? But anyway, God, that guy. But I think Tolkien, deep down, must have thought, or there must be some kind of subconscious link. Middle Earth, Middle East, and you're thinking all the good unites against the evil and gets rid of them. And that was it.
I think that is great closing words, because I think you just said that is it. Which is perfect.
That is it.
And also,
I'm now chatting nonsense.
And also the fact that there are two, well, let's call them people, talking about the fact good versus evil. Now that we are done talking about the good thing, which is the Lord of the Rings, and I think we can all agree the Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest trilogies in cinematic history.
The greatest. It's better than The Godfather.
Brilliant
It's the greatest,
masterpiece.
most consistent.
And we gotta thank all the people involved in making this masterpiece. But the thing is, since we're here at the Pork and Knuckle Show, after 20 minutes of talking about the Lord of the Rings, maybe we should put the fight between good and evil to a test. Because I guarantee you, I will find
What you talking about, Paul?
evil Lord of the Rings films. Till next time.
Catch you in a bit. Like,
Let's see if Ben
subscribe, and leave a comment below.
Yes, please like, subscribe,
Don't
leave
forget
us a
that.
comment, but don't forget to leave us with a subscription, because there is more stuff on the Lord of the Rings and many,
have a
many
lot of
more
DVDs
famous
to watch.
franchises coming in
And we have
in
a
the
lot of time on
futures.
our hands now.
We are the Pork and Knuckle Show, and we are here to stay whether you want us or not.
why are you saying they don't want us? I think they want us.
I'm already finished with the video, so please just do your,
Don't listen to it.
ending face.